Good morning, students. This is Asha, your social science teacher. Yesterday, we started chapter 2 in geography: land, soil, water, natural vegetation, and wildlife resources. As we discussed, all these are resources, and we'll be discussing each resource in this chapter. So, we started with land resource, land use, and factors which affect the land use patterns. And today, we'll be discussing conservation of land. So why there is a need to conserve land, why it has come to children to fulfill the various needs of growing population. The pattern of land use is changing. We are changing the way we were using land earlier. Mountains are being cut down to spread the network of railways, and roads, dense forests are replaced by human settlements. The development in technology are changing barren land into agricultural land by the use of fertilizer, manure. We are doing cultivation in barren lands also. And due to the rapid increase in activities related to agriculture, industries, manufacturing, the pressure on land resource is increasing because our population is increasing, and to fulfill and meet the need of growing population, we are doing all these things. As a result, problems like land degradation, landslide, soil erosion, land pollution, etc. are increasing as we are excessively using land. So these problems are arising. Therefore, we must make use of land in a systematic way so that maximum utilization is ensured at minimum cost and labor. Now we'll see how we can conserve land. What exactly conservation of land means. Well-planned land use is called land conservation. And in order to ensure well-planned land use and minimize land degradation, we should follow following things. And these are: afforestation should be promoted. Children, I hope you understand afforestation. Afforestation means growing more and more trees. Next is use of chemical fertilizer and insecticide should be regulated. We should minimize the use of them, fertilizers and insecticides. Mining activities should be controlled. We should control excessive mining. Overgrazing by cattle, overgrazing, you understand, the cattle which graze on land should be checked. Industrial effluents should be treated before discharging them into land or into rivers. So industries produce so much of waste, and what we do, we put them in river or land, which destroys the quality of land and river both, which pollute land as well as water. No construction work should be allowed in the landslide prone area. The areas which are prone to landslide, in that no construction work should be allowed. Next important thing which we can do to conserve land is locating landslide prone areas by using hazard mapping and expanding the vegetation across the land to control landslide. So what we can do in here, landslide prone area, we can do a mapping that this particular area is prone to landslide and this is not. So we can avoid settlements in those areas. Plus we can grow more and more vegetation because the trees can stop landslide to a great extent. Strong contour barriers should be raised to stop slipping of land. If you go to hilly area, hill station, you will see this practically. They make contour barriers so that land do not slip and come downwards. Land should be reclaimed. What do you understand by word reclaim? It means making land useful, restoring it from oceans, lakes and river banks, making useful of the land, right? Now let's discuss what exactly landslide is. Landslides are simply defined as mass movement of rock, debris or earth down a slope. So it's a huge mass movement of rock and debris come down the from the slope area, and at times they block the roads. They often take place in conjunction with earthquake, floods and volcanoes. All these things, sometimes if there is an earthquake, landslide happen. Due to excessive rain and floods also, landslide happen. A prolonged spell of rainfall can cause heavy landslide that can block a flow of river. And in the hilly terrain, landslides have been a major and widely spread natural disaster that often strike life and property. So in hilly region, it's a common phenomena. Landslide keep occurring and cause lot of loss to life and property. Now we'll do a case study of Pangi village. What happened there? A massive landslide hit Pangi village near Rekongpyo in Kinnaur district of Himachal Pradesh and damaged 200-meter stretch of old Hindustan-Tibet road on National Highway 22. So this landslide occurred in Kinnaur district of Himachal Pradesh. This landslide was triggered by intense blasting at Pangi village. So it was not a natural landslide. It was due to intense blasting. What happens when we try to construct road or railway line in hilly area? We have to break down the mountains, or you can say, for that what we do blasting to break those rocks, and this blasting led to this landslide. Due to this blasting, this weak zone of slope collapsed and caused intense damage to road nearby villages. So there was a road going through nearby village. All the debris fell on that and caused a lot of damage. The Pangi village was completely vacated to avoid any possible or further loss of life. Because of this, Pangi village was completely vacated. Now the next is mitigation mechanism. So what we can do to stop such kind of accidents? So advancement in scientific technique has empowered us to understand what factors cause landslide and how to manage them. So due to development in science and technology, now we know why these landslides happen, and then if we know how and why, then we can do some managing activities. Strong like hazard mapping, locate areas prone to landslide. So we can do hazard mapping. So we can find out the areas which are prone to landslide. Hence such areas can be avoided for building settlement. We know this so and so area is prone to landslide, so we can say that nobody should be living here. It should be avoided for any kind of settlement. Next is construction of retention wall to stop lands from slipping. So retention wall is a common thing which happens in hilly region. They construct a wall kind of a thing so that the rock do not slip. Increase in the vegetation cover to arrest landslide. As you must have studied, planting more trees help you to arrest soil erosion. Even it help in arresting landslide. The surface drainage control to control movement of landslide. Surface drainage is a phenomena for flowing or moving water. So we can manage in such a way that it does not result in landslide, right? So that's all these things which we can do to control the landslide in the hilly area. So till now we were discussing the land resources and the things happening with them. Now let's move on to the next resource, which is soil resource. So children, what exactly soil is? Soil is the topmost layer of earth's surface. It helps in growth of vegetation. Crop production depends on quality of soil, right? If you have a good quality of soil, you will have good quality of crop production. Human beings and other animals are directly or indirectly dependent on soil for their food and other necessities. And children, do you know it takes hundreds of years to make just 1 centimeter of soil, right? 1 centimeter of soil, it takes hundreds of years. So how does this soil is formed? The thin layer of granitic substance covering the surface of earth is soil, we all know. Soil is made up of organic matters like mineral, weather rocks, all which are found on earth. This happens through a process of weathering. Rocks undergo, you must have studied in grade 7, the rocks undergo weathering and erosion, right? So the process through which this soil is formed is called weathering, and the right mix of minerals and organic matter make the soil fertile. So now we'll discuss factors affecting soil formation. Children, that's all for today's lecture. Tomorrow we'll be discussing factors for soil formation. And today we discussed about soil resource, and we discussed about landslide and a case study of Pangi village. Thank you.